Hey guys, so the most common question, or at least one of the most common questions I get asked is, hey Dr. Daniel, how did you manage to get capital to start a farm? I mean, people imagine that a farm is this crazy thing that requires so much money to start. And yes, I totally understand you. I mean, I'm with you all the way. I mean, farms require a lot of money, yeah? Not like a lot of other businesses. I mean, a lot of other businesses, you'll just go and get a place, start renting, put some stuff inside there and start working. If it's a service business, you even don't need to rent a place. You just need to get a few people who are willing to do the work, and most probably you'll go over to people's homes, go over to people's offices and deliver the service. But when it does come to a farm, things are a bit different. I mean, let's consider a poultry farm, for example. You can see the chicken houses. These are just 2 chicken houses. Each one of them cost about, what, $6,000, so that's at least 12K. There's another one over there in the distance. So what, that's about what, 18K. Then I have a feed store, I have the actual land where the farm is. You have the equipment that's inside. I mean, by the time you get to like properly kicking off and getting all those things, it usually means that you've spent quite an amount of money. And that is very true. I totally understand why people would be very worried. But the one thing that people don't realize is that you don't need all the money at once for you to start a business. I mean, it's very easy to look at me and the position that I'm in. I mean, with this farm, with a big breeder farm, which is over 400 acres. And just imagine that, hey, Dr. Daniel, how the hell did you get in these things? In fact, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people do think that I'm a proxy. I'm the president's proxy, I'm someone's proxy, and you know, I'm just running this business for them. And I don't blame them for thinking that way, because in all honesty, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense for some people, because they are looking at you and they're thinking you're some young guy and you're spending and investing all this money in a farm. How is that even possible? Where did you get all this money from? Well, in today's video, I want to be sharing with you guys an actual way, a proper pathway for you to get into this, which is very realistic. I mean, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how I got to this point in a realistic way. And so I'm going to be sharing with you how you can actually get money to get to this point. So stick around right through to the very end. And by the way, just in case you're wondering who the hell I am, I'm Dr. Daniel, a retired medical doctor, a very passionate farmer. I love what I do, yeah? I love what I do. I didn't start out loving farming, but with time, as you know, I got to enjoy it, got to see the fruits that it can give me, I got to love it more and more and more, and I honestly really love it. It's a Saturday, I'm on the farm. I've been on the farm the entire week, and I've been enjoying what I'm doing, yeah? So I don't mind spending like days and days on the farm. In fact, most days, I'm not like working inside the chicken houses. In fact, I almost never do that. Most of the work I'm doing is like, you know, computer work, following up with the businesses, following up with things like that. But it's good doing it in an environment around the farm, where I can, you know, just step out, talk to you guys like I'm doing at the moment. A lot of these videos are not scripted, honestly, yeah? A lot of them are not scripted. I'll just get out, talk to you guys, you know, just enjoy the weather around and then continue. So I'm very passionate, and if you're very interested in starting or growing a farm, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. That way you never miss out on an upload. Hi guys, so a while back, I ran a free masterclass about how to start and build a profitable poultry farm. It makes you anything between $5,000 to $15,000 every month. And it was great. You guys really loved it. But unfortunately, a lot of people missed out on it, and a lot of people have been asking that, you know, if we can do something like that again, or even something better. And yes, I've had your requests. So this Saturday, the 3rd of August, I'm going to be running another masterclass with great awesome tips about how to start and build a profitable poultry farm that can make you anything between $5,000 to $15,000 every month. I mean, it's going to be filled with a lot of information that has taken me years to grasp. Unfortunately though, we only have limited spots, yeah? So it's first come, first serve basis. So in order for you to get in, you need to go and get it as soon as possible. So I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can sign up and, you know, check out the exact time. Go over there and catch you very soon in the masterclass. So the first thing you need to consider when starting a farm is that you need to start somewhere. And you need to start with money, yeah? I get a lot of people, I mean, in the comments of my videos, or maybe on X. By the way, if you're not a follower, go and follow me on X at Masaba Daniel on X, yeah? So I get a lot of people commenting and they're like, hey, Dr. Daniel, I've got all the knowledge after watching your videos. I've learned as much as possible. The only thing I lack is money. I lack capital. How the hell do I start without capital? And I look at them and I'm like, whoa. Well, you're lacking the most important thing. Because in all honesty, you can't start a farm without money. Yeah, it's one of those things that you can't start without money, because you need, first of all, a place. Yeah. Now, if you can't buy a place, then you need to at least be able to rent a place. You need to at least be able to get a place where you can, put structures, or where you can utilize someone else's structures, because I personally do know a lot of farms that got out of business. A lot of people get out of business, Most people who start farms will fail. That's the honest truth. And it's not because farming is hard, but it's because they don't take the necessary measures to make it succeed. And the reason you're here on this channel, the reason you're following me, is to make sure you understand the necessary measures to, come through with it. So you won't fail if you follow everything that I do tell you. So just go to one of those guys who failed because they didn't have the script, or they didn't have the endurance to follow through, or they didn't plan properly, things like that. Go and get them and start utilizing their farm. I mean, they'll be willing to let you pay them for utilizing the farm, because it's over there seated doing nothing. So that is the first thing, and that requires money. So you have to work. You have to work. And the first thing I always tell people is that when someone comes to me and tells me that, hey, Dr. Daniel, I want to start a farm, but I don't have money, I'll tell them, go and work. They're like, what do you mean go and work? I'm like, go and get a job. Yeah. I know people who quit their jobs and they are seated there. Now they don't have money, but they want to start a farm. They're like, hey, Dr. Daniel, I used to work at this job. They were paying me really terribly. I was never making it through and things like that. I decided to resign and I want to start a farm. I'm like, okay, cool. Well done. You've been working. So how much have you saved? How can we start up? They're like, well, the problem is that right now I don't have money. I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you really okay? How do you expect to start a farm with no money? Yeah. So first of all, go get a job. Yeah. Don't resign from your job. Again, don't resign from your job if you're looking for money to start a farm, unless you've saved up enough money to start a farm. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Save up money, and most probably you're going to get it from a job or whatever side hustle you're doing. If you have a business or anything like that, that's where you're going to be getting the money. That is step number one. Step number two is start small. Yeah, you've got to start small. Invest in the most important things. Now, that's something I personally preach a lot. Yeah, I find a lot of people who want to start farms and they want to stand fancy. They look at Dr. Daniel's farm, they see the structures that I do have, and they want to start with the structures that I have. They want to start with a 200-meter structure that I build. You understand? They want to start with concrete buildings. What's the purpose? What is the purpose? Start small. The good thing when it does come to farms is that animals, whether it's chickens or, I don't know, they don't really care about fancy buildings. Whether it's cattle or goats and sheep, they don't care about fancy buildings. They don't care about anything fancy. The only thing they care about is that you provide them with nutritious food. If you provide them with nutritious food and a comfortable place for them to stay in, man, they will praise you, they will adore you, they'll give you everything they need. Whether it's milk, whether it's meat, whatever you need, they will give you. So just give them that, yeah? So some of the things you can compromise on. So that is one thing I totally believe in, right with my heart. You're going to find a lot of people who will tell you, invest in good infrastructure, invest in all these nice things. No, you don't need to do that, yeah? Invest where the money is. The money is not in the structures. Of course, with time, the structures will become important. If you build a really weak structure, it could fall on your chickens. So make sure you don't build a weak structure that will fall on your chickens. But build a strong enough structure that's not so expensive. That's why you see I build using, iron sheet material, using poles. I could build with brick. Like I've told you, one house costs what? $6,000. If I wanted to build the same house using brick and what, it would probably cost twice the amount. And instead of me having two houses, I would have one house. I would still be running a business, but then I wouldn't be having the advantage of two houses. Instead of having 5,000 birds, I would have 2,500 birds, and I would miss out on the money. So now, at the moment, if I wanted, I can actually invest $10,000 or $15,000 into a single chicken house and build it up using concrete. But when I started out, I couldn't. Yeah. So you need to make sure that you invest where the money is. And where is the money? The money is in the chickens themselves. If you're doing goats, it's in the goats themselves. If you're doing the cattle, it's in the cattle themselves. And the food that you're going to give those animals. And the staff who are going to work, on the area. Those are the first things that you start investing money in. Yeah. The things that are actually going to bring you money. Then as you start bringing in money, then you can, now get the money out. And then you expand. 5-10 years from the time I built those structures, I should be sufficient enough. I should have enough money in the bank to build a gold-plated house. But before that, I can't. So I need to make sure that I build and start and do everything the right way. Very, very important. Then after that, the next thing that I personally did was get on the internet. Now I'm giving you guys, hacks. These are hacks that you're not going to find in books, yeah? Utilize the internet, yeah? I'll tell you something. YouTube actually pays me money. You guys are watching this YouTube video and I'm going to get paid money. YouTube pays me money for putting out videos, and you'll be surprised how many times I've actually utilized money from YouTube to help me do stuff around the farm, to bail me out when things are going hard. It's another thing that can help you, yeah? Now, if you started the farm and you're running this farm really well, you shouldn't need to, get money from the outside to ingest or put in the farm for the farm to be sufficient and to get you great results. No, you shouldn't, yeah? The farm should be self-sufficient. But for me to be able to accelerate the growth of the farm, sometimes I inject in money from the outside, yeah? And presence on YouTube is a great idea. Now, if you can start a YouTube channel, I would advise you to start a YouTube channel. You have your farm, you've gotten information, you're sharing things outside there, share them with people, yeah? Whether your goal is to make money from YouTube or to train people, in the end, you're going to get some money out of the channel. So it's the second thing that I advise you, to do. Have some online presence, yeah? Online presence, you'll be surprised, actually changes a lot about you, yeah? You get a lot of people who want to seek information from you, and that simply means that you can do consultation services, yeah? Because you've figured out how to run your farm, you've probably become an expert. People can pay you for consultation. When I started out, I had people paying me what? $20, $50, then later on $100 to help them, with a bit of consultation. And with time, it even got to more and more and more and more and more. You understand? And all that simply means it's money that I can invest, yeah? For example, you guys have seen that I started a goat farm, not so far away from where. Where do you think I got that money from? Yeah, to buy 18, 20 acres. Yeah, I didn't steal the money, yeah? It was simply money that I made from working and things like that. And so I could get that money now, I could utilize it and invest it back in the farm so I can slowly expand. Currently when guys call me and they want me to buy land from around the area, I'm usually a bit ready because I've gotten money saved up from things like that. So second of all, utilize the internet. Now I understand that growing, for example, on YouTube is not easy. It's not for every soul, yeah? It requires a lot of hard work, especially right now because the competitiveness is even much higher. It's not like it's impossible, it's 100% possible, but it's much harder. So some people will start and fail. In fact, most people will start and fail and they'll give up. But if you endure and then you do it really well, then you should get to the point where YouTube can pay you and things like that. Now, after that, the third way you can get money is having people invest with you, yeah? You don't do it alone. And for people to invest in you, they usually require a track record of success. You need a track record of success. Someone doesn't just come and give you, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 to invest in a farm when they have no track record of success with you, yeah? Now, this is something I've done. I've told you people a number of times, with a breeder farm. It's something that I do with a friend. But for us to work together, we had to be compatible, yeah? So first of all, I had to have the expertise. I had to have, the necessary equipment for me to be able to excel and succeed at the farm, yeah? So I occasionally get a lot of people telling me that, hey, Dr. Daniel, how do I find investors for my farm? Things like that. And I always tell them, well, you can easily find investors, but you have a track record of success. Do you? Yeah? And by the way, that's what ties into the second point of being on the internet. If you're on the internet and you have a track record of success, people can easily find you. People have money. You'll be surprised. People have money in this world. People have money and they just don't know where to invest the money, yeah? And if they see you and see your track record of success, most probably they're going to want to invest in you. Quite easy and quick for you to realize, yeah? So just make sure you have a great track record of success. Avail yourself on the internet and you're going to be surprised how many people are going to come and want to invest with you. Now, I need to tell you that, and you need to take that with a pinch of salt. You need to take it very cautiously. I personally try to avoid, people investing into the business. Yeah, because it puts a lot of the control out of me. Yeah, if someone comes and they invest this amount of money, then they want you to do particular things. First of all, the reason they came to invest is because they didn't know how to make the business work and how to make it succeed. And now that they have given you money, all of a sudden they feel like they need to make decisions for the business. And in all honesty, you can't blame them because they have put their money there and they need to be a bit in control of their money. Yeah, so they want to control the destiny of the farm. But of course, since the farm has been successful and you're succeeding, it also gives them false confidence because then they start thinking because they have invested in you, that's why the farm is successful. They don't remember it's simply because of your decisions and the things you make. So I try to avoid that. Take it with a pinch of salt. Yeah, because it could come back to haunt you. People will give you their money and then start making really terrible decisions, and in the end the farm fails. So take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, that's how you start and you grow. So in the end, not all the growth is going to come organic, like, you know, the money you make from the farm is what you're going to directly put back and expand. No, as you start, you know, growing, you utilize the experience and the tools that you've gotten from the farm to spread your wings and get money coming in from other parts that can help you succeed and grow. So that's how you honestly start and grow a farm with as little money as possible, with little capital. You can actually become really great, excel with as little capital as possible. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, that way you never miss out on an upload. Catch you very soon with another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.